Welcome back to CrossFit Newcastle. We're here with Calm Porter, Matt McLeod for the announcement for 20.2, which is 4 dumbbell thrusters, 6 toe to bar, 24 double unders. The dumbbell weight will be 50 pounds for the men, which is 22.5 kilos, 35 pounds for the women, which is 15 kilos. You have all this to do with a 20-minute time cap. Card, initially, what are your thoughts?
20 minutes is a while. Is that, you said, how many, is it rounds or 20-minute AMRAP?
As many rounds and reps as possible in 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Okay, so it's Friday afternoon, and I have decided that I'm gonna go in and do this workout with our noon class, just because I have a lot of work to get done today, and I'd rather get this workout over with, so I can stop stressing about it and just move on with my day. I'm feeling nervous, obviously. I don't really know what to expect, because I haven't talked to anyone that's done it, and I also don't really have a goal, just because it's such short rounds and 20 minutes is such a long time. It's like kind of hard to grasp like what a good score for myself would be. So I don't have a goal. My goal today is to just go in, be all in it, do my best, and see what happens, and then I'll probably redo it Monday. But as long as I can stay in it mentally today and hang on and pace well, I'm gonna call it a successful day. And then once I get a score, I'll decide if I feel like that's good enough or not for myself. And we'll redo it Monday with a more concrete goal in mind. I'm rushing, so I'm not late for class. Okay, let's go. All right, coach, hit me with the strategy.
Go out, look white hot.
Just like red line in what, minute 2?
Line, minute 2.
Cool.
Hold on. Depending on your level, right? Thrusters are 4.
Right, yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna break them. You don't need to.
No.
The double under, or sorry, the toe to bar I would break up.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I should go 3-3, and then in the last few minutes if I can go 6, right?
So, like, did 3-3 from the get-go, and then she was able to do the last 2 rounds unplugged.
Cool. Maybe like 8 seconds rest in between.
Yeah, you just want to feel like you have something left in the tank at the very end.
Yeah, of course. Especially for like these, like I should be able to jump up right away and do 6 toes bar, like me personally.
Really
yeah. So.
It'll just be cardio for you.
Yeah, I know.
Feel for fire.
Okay, so that was hard. I'm home now. I've had time to reflect. I've showered. I feel back to life. Going into it, there was a few different things that were making me nervous. I'm not great at dumbbell stuff, so I was worried the thrusters were gonna start feeling heavy and that I wouldn't want to pick them up. I am not great at long workouts, so I was worried I was gonna hit a wall. And I was also worried that because the rounds are so short, I was gonna maybe get bored, which obviously, you know, not bored like I wouldn't be in pain, but like I was afraid it was gonna start to feel very monotonous and I was gonna start to like be thinking too much or not be distracted enough to like stay in it. 20 minutes is a long time, right? And like I told you, I didn't really have a goal. I wasn't really sure where I should be as far as how many rounds. once I got to the gym, I started talking to some of my teammates and hearing some other scores, and I kind of had an idea. I was shooting for as close to 18 rounds as I could get. 18 rounds would have made me very happy. Spoiler alert, I didn't get 18 rounds. So my plan was basically to stay unbroken on the dumbbell thrusters, of course. I was gonna break the toe to bar up early, 3 and 3, mostly for my heart rate, but also just to make sure I didn't end up in singles, and then just calm and steady on the double unders with about 5 to 8 seconds between each movement. Okay, 8 seconds between each movement. And I think I executed my plan pretty well, and that's why I'm happy with how I did today. I felt very consistent the whole time. I never hit a wall. I definitely knew that I was pushing the line, but I still was feeling confident and could still keep moving. So I'm really happy with, and I stayed in it mentally. And so I'm really happy with how I did. I ended up getting 15 rounds plus 7. I think the pace I held in the first half of the workout was good for me. I know it probably looks very slow, but I am someone that definitely hits a wall in long workouts, and the fact that I was able to push it in the last few minutes, I consider that a success. So yeah, I'm really happy with how today went. Honestly, I'm feeling really good about it. I feel way better than I felt last week. We'll see what I can do on Monday. Hopefully I can improve a little bit. Okay, so it's Monday afternoon. I'm getting ready for my redo. I'm feeling pretty okay today. I don't feel bad. My quads were a little sore on Saturday, but I'm not feeling sore anymore. I'm just gonna write down my old split times on my new score sheet so that my judge can kind of keep me on my same pace, especially with a 20-minute workout. If you're falling behind pace, it's like really not worth it to just keep doing it if you're not going to improve. You know, so if at minute 10 I'm like a minute behind, I'll just stop the workout. So my strategy going into this redo is really, at least for the first 10 rounds, I just want to stay on the exact same pace as I had on Friday, and I'm going to see if I can push it a little bit more at the end there, mostly in my toe to bar, since that's where I'm comfortable. And we'll just see how that goes. If it works, great. If it doesn't, oh well. So that didn't go better than Friday. I was on pace. I was actually a little bit ahead for the first 8 rounds or so, and then, you know, I think I just didn't have the same push in me today as I did on Friday. I think I maybe went a little too fast, so it was also a harder pace to maintain. And I also started tripping in my double unders, which can start to eat up time, especially when I tripped maybe once in the entire workout on Friday. So by round 11, I was 40 seconds behind my old split times. And at that point, I knew that there was no way that I was going to be able to make up 40 seconds and then some to improve my score. So I just stopped because I think at that point, you know, it's not worth it to put your body through an entire run if it's not gonna be for any reason. You know, your body doesn't need to suffer that kind of volume. I'm happy with how my first attempt went on Friday. Like, would it have been nice to improve my score today? Yeah, of course, but I'm not bummed about it because I'm still happy with how Friday went. I'm happy with my effort and I'm happy with my score, and so today would have just been kind of, you know, a cherry on top, but didn't happen. So anyway, that's that for 20.2. I think if I had one major takeaway from this week, just because you guys know I love my life lessons, if I had one major takeaway from this week, I think it would be that proper pacing sometimes takes humility. In my first attempt on Friday, I did it with 2 of my teammates, and they are 2 people who typically have a better cardio capacity than me, especially in longer workouts. They're both also more comfortable with the dumbbell thrusters. I knew that I would be more comfortable on the total bar and that the dubs would kind of just come down to if I was having a good double under day or not. And so they planned to originally go out with 5 seconds rest in between each movement, and then also do the total bar 3 and 3. And I knew going into the workout that I was not going to be able to maintain the same pace as them. So I said to myself, okay, I'll take, you know, maybe more like 7 or 8 seconds between everything. Which in theory, like, and on paper is totally logical. It makes perfect sense. And you say, okay, yep, this is me. This is who I am as an athlete. That's my pace. And then once the workout started, you know, I can see them both out of the corner of my eye. They're just like, a little bit faster than me, a little bit faster than me each round, you know, because those seconds obviously add up. But I just kind of had to say to myself, like, trust yourself, you know who you are as an athlete. This is the pace for you. This is the pace that's going to set you up for success. And I was able to listen to that voice. I also remembered a thing that Samantha told me one time. We did a competition together, an individual competition, and she told me it is not about the first round. And rarely is it ever about the first round. It's not about the first round. It's about all of the rounds after that. These girls that were competing beside us, they went out, they did a huge set of muscle ups in the first round, and of course they were ahead of me. I think at the time I was doing my muscle ups in like 2s. So of course they were ahead of me, but second round came, third round came, I'm still in 2s, and these girls are failing singles. And so I also remembered that while I was doing this workout today, it's not about the first round. It's not even about the first 10 minutes. You know, it's about that back half. Can you set yourself up for success? And what ended up happening was I paced properly for myself, and then one of my teammates fell behind me. And it was because I was able to stay humble and pace properly for myself and not get psyched out by watching them go faster than me. I think it's so easy to see somebody else and try and catch up with them or try and stay on their pace, but that doesn't always work. Sometimes it is a great tool. It is a very good tool to be chasing people. But I think other times, especially in long workouts or in workouts that maybe are not necessarily your wheelhouse, you really just have to run your own race. And that's what I did on Friday, and it worked out well for me. And I'm happy with this one. I think I'm gonna call the second week a success. So now it's just on to 20.3.